Cyber Online.
Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talon, the X-Centric Collector, and we are back with Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 3. Man, that last episode where Matt found himself in the apartment of the witness from White Tiger's situation. He had two corrupt cops try and execute him. One in particular, who just so happened to have a tattoo of the Punisher on his wrist there. Which means what? Maybe nothing. Maybe this is just an admirer of the Punisher. Somebody who sees themselves as like taking the law into their own hands and doing whatever they want to do, which is most likely what it is. Or is Mr. Frank Castle doing some devious crap? I doubt that's the case. These are just admirers of his. That's just my guess. Hopefully we'll find out in this season and we don't have to wait till season 2, but who knows? We're going to get into this episode, but before we do, I want to remind everybody, you have to be a subscriber and you have to leave comments if you want to be eligible for any of our giveaways on the channel. Our next giveaway is going to be this Comic-Con The Cruise Tiki mug. It's official Comic-Con The Cruise Tiki mug. The only way you can get this thing is if you were on the cruise. I think I saw one on eBay for $250. We're going to be giving this away at the 500 subscriber mark. Speaking of Comic-Con The Cruise, that reminds me, they're doing Comic-Con The Cruise Volume 2. And speaking of Comic-Con The Cruise Volume 2 is going to be happening January 30th to February 3rd. And if you want to go on the cruise, use my promo link up there. Type that in when you're booking your cruise, and you will get $200 onboard credit. Or you can click the link down in the description and get you and me $200 onboard credit. But for now, let's get into Daredevil Born Again, Episode 3. How is Matt going to get out of this one? Here we go. In that quick little intro bit, we did not see anything about what happened with the cops, so he's not locked up. I mean Matt. Should everybody just keep their mouth shut or what? Some sort of shady deal going down. He flashed twice. That's the secret code.
No one plays cowboy. Evening, gentlemen. Nippy, isn't it?
That dude looks familiar to me. I
Couldn't
don't know
trouble
why.
you for the keys to this fine vehicle, could I? Thank you very much. And,
Irish accent?
wallets while you're at it. You too, Susan.
You know whose truck this is?
Is it Kingpin's?
Are you a hard man, are you?
Yeah.
Silly wee bastard.
Oh. Both of them.
I look over my shoulder, but I go up.
Back to the BB report.
Like somebody invades my privacy. I have no problem taking my piece and putting it to their head. That's it.
Long dark nights out here, man. Good versus evil, evil versus evil. You're gonna make it?
I like these random BB
Answers for
report
me?
things.
I don't have them. Sorry.
Because they're always showing like how crazy people are. Or normal people are. And the combination of the two. Here we are again with the weird stuff he eats. What? Is that like an omelet?
I hear Bacon's Freud triptych is coming up for auction. Again.
The yellow one.
You remember?
I remember.
I remember everything about you, Vanessa.
200 million through that sale.
I know that it hurts to just sit by, but I'm reaching for higher goals.
Such as?
Sorry to bother you, sir, but you wanted to be updated on anything happening near the Red Hook port?
Yes.
Last night there was a double homicide not half a mile from the port. Apparently a hijacking gone wrong. It really doesn't help sell the place as a destination.
We should make the appropriate calls and inspire Chief Gallo to make it a priority.
Inspire.
Yeah, that's correct.
Like he inspired him with the disgusting sandwich and the threat of his bastard child.
They're misbehaving because there's no one at the head of the table. Without you or me there. They'll turn on each other.
They're rats. Rats at the bottom of the barrel. Let them kill each other.
And when they're done with each other, whoever is left standing will come after you.
Let them. They don't know who they're messing with.
That world, that kind of violence, petty blood feuds.
She's not buying
That's
it.
our concern.
We're above it now. And his hand, it looks like it never heals. Or is he just like constantly punching stuff? He must be like beating something. Because come on now. Your hand eventually heals. I know this is Matt's hand, but they just showed Kingpin's hand. My guess is he's just been punching something. You don't take a man like that, super aggressive, and then he just like calms down. No.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right there. You know you don't need those glasses indoors, right?
Ha!
I'm sorry, are you talking to me? Who's there? Your blind lawyer who can fight.
He's beat the
Officer
fuck up.
Powell.
I was,
No, Murdoch, I bet Judge Cooper would be interested to hear that you're interfering with a police investigation.
Oh, I think you mean a shakedown.
yeah.
Not exactly see Mathico, I bet he'd throw you right off the case.
Well, at least I won't go to jail. Witness tampering is a serious offense. Now maybe get like
Yeah.
only slaps you with a misdemeanor. But I doubt it. I'll see you in court, officer.
Blind lawyer who can fight. So he didn't rat them out. That answers that.
Misunderstood the concept of a safe house. Relaxes him.
Relaxes him. I have a friend who used to go to bed listening to like Pantera. Never made sense to me. Slipknot, Pantera. I love that music, but it's like, go to bed to that?
First of all, it's not a party. I'm not your man. And this is just for me to get you on the stand without sweating a few.
Relax. I got you.
For how long have you been with the NYPD?
So what? That was the guy from the
15 years.
subway?
In those 15 years, how
Witness?
many commendations of excellence have you received?
3. I got 1 for integrity and 2 for community service.
Would you say it was unusual for an officer of your seniority to be working on New Year's Eve?
I volunteered. Well, a lot of the guys in my precinct, they got families, kids, and mine are grown. Kel's too.
You're a
Tell
dirtbag.
Officer Shanahan, your partner.
Yeah. We were assigned to Washington Heights, and a lot of the guys got sent down to Times Square for the ball drop.
Did you and Officer Shanahan see much action that night?
Yeah, we didn't see any action until we got down to the platform on 168th.
What happened there?
Well, we were just finishing up a routine sweep. Places like a ghost town, and the defendant.
Anybody gonna ask him why he's all beat up?
Look in his eyes, and when you're a cop long enough, you know what that look means, and he starts running towards us.
Did you tell the defendant to stop?
Yes, many times.
Oh, react, Hector.
We yelled and flashed our badges.
Nice.
But he just kept on coming. He starts pounding on us, and then I feel Kel pull him off me. Next thing I know, the guy just takes Kel and he just pushes him in front of the train.
Liar.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Objection. Beating.
Sustained.
Officer Powell, I know how hard this is for you.
Me and Kel Shanahan, we were partners for 8 years. That's 8 years of beers and kids and just talking about how shitty the Knicks are. Kel Shanahan was my best friend.
Whole group of cops
that's
sitting
all.
there.
No further questions.
Meanwhile, this immigrant, and that's what they would say, even though Puerto Rico is...
Good morning. I'm told you have a black eye. I hope everything is okay. There's this thing they say in boxing.
Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth of the United States, so
Sustained. Come on, Mr. Murdoch.
I think that's what it's called.
Officer Powell,
It's part of the United States.
Something. You testified that before my client arrived at the station, the place was a ghost town.
Yeah.
Meaning you and your partner were alone on the...
How's that black eye, buddy?
Yes.
That was great.
Strange sometimes, so I just want to make sure we're saying the same thing here. By alone, you mean just the two of you, no one else?
That's right.
There's no passenger waiting for a train.
No.
No busker playing a guitar.
No.
Okay, so you're alone. No buskers were passengers, which means there certainly wasn't a confidential informant you were roughing up.
Objection.
You better have a good faith basis for this, Mr. Murdoch.
I do, Your Honor.
Tight leash, if you get my meaning.
Officer Powell, let's try this. You ever met a man named Nicky Torres?
I never heard of him.
It's curious, because as I understand it, Nicky Torres is a confidential informant. Used to work with the NYPD. In fact, used to work with you and Officer Shanahan directly.
Ooh.
Officer Powell, did you and Officer Shanahan have an arranged meeting with Nicky Torres on the platform that night?
Gotcha. Even the prosecutor's like,
Yeah, you did say that. Thank you.
oh, you're incriminating yourself. Oh, look at another Punisher Ted. Who are these guys? Do they just like worship Frank Castle, or is Frank up to no good, man? Wouldn't put it past him.
What's he doing?
He's awesome, but he's not necessarily a good guy.
Hey, you promised that he's safe.
We're fine if you stay out of sight. Come on, let's go.
Is he Nicky Torres?
Looking at the doors isn't going to get them here.
He's a really good lawyer. I love him so much. Okay. So when that cop said that, they're trying. They're like, this dude cannot testify.
All right.
It's a conspiracy.
State of New York, Part 20 is in session. The Honorable Fitzgerald Cooper presiding.
I do not like this judge.
You good?
This isn't gonna end well.
Mr. Murdoch, call your witness.
Just another second, Your Honor.
How did he get out of the courtroom so fast?
Where is it?
Open it.
Yeah, I knew. Switcheroo, baby. Cherry's too smart for that.
Good. Come on, let's go.
Yes! Law and Order was never this good. Although I'd probably only seen 1 or 2 episodes of that show. I don't know. If you guys are fans of Law and Order, no offense. Shit was always boring. People call this boring?
Say your name for the record.
No.
My name's Nicky Torres.
It is Nicky Torres.
And where do you live, Mr. Torres?
Washington Heights.
So are you close to the 168th Street subway station?
Yeah, it's 4 blocks from my house.
Where are you working right now?
I'm between jobs at the moment.
Right, you've had a rough couple of years, huh?
18 months ago, I got pinched for dealing. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I got a kid. Needed money.
So we're looking at a prison sentence. What happened with that case?
It went away.
Can you tell the jury why?
Because I became a rat.
I told the cops I'd help them out sometimes.
And by help out, you mean become a confidential informant?
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, is that what you're doing on the night of New Year's Eve? Were you passing along information to Officers Shanahan and Powell?
Everyone's waiting.
Remembering you're under oath?
No. It's home all night.
What?
I'm confused here. Previously, you stated pretty clearly that you were actually at the 168th Street subway station being beaten
When Hector Ayala intervened to save your life.
Objection.
With great risk put himself in harm's way, didn't it?
Isn't that true? Counsel, stand down.
Coward.
Well, what's it gonna be, Mr. Murdoch?
Withdraw the witness, Your Honor.
Unbelievable.
Dismissed.
Cops are laughing. Jeez, Torres, you're gonna regret that. They're gonna kill you, and now the White Tiger is gonna suffer because you're a coward. Unbelievable. Is this Kingpin's dude? Yeah. Mr. Clean Cut.
The mayor's 30 minutes late.
He won't be joining us. Now, the shootout 2 days ago at the port is just the latest in a long line of very noisy mistakes. Truck hijackings, violence at the docks, a gang war.
This
These are
guy's
the
got no
headlines
fear.
slashed across the front page of the Examiner. It all ends today.
We don't take orders from you, son. That's not how things work.
Luca, this is what you owe Victor. Restitution.
What is it?
1.8. I like the sound of that.
Are you out of your mind? Maybe next time you should hire guys who know how to jack
Maybe
a
you
truck.
shouldn't hire a bunch of trigger-happy assholes. Enough proving my point. All this arguing, bloodshed, chaos. It's getting in the way. 1.8. That's the number.
Oh yeah, I got a better idea. How about I pay $0 to Victor, and you go tell Fisk if he's got something to say to me, he can come tell me himself.
Okay,
I don't take
tracksuit.
orders from the mayor's errand boy. I don't work for the man.
I work
for
for
the man.
I was gonna say Kingpin, but yeah.
So he was fine when we prepped him. He's an What the hell happened?
Maybe the cops got to him, or they threatened his kid.
Or he was never on our side in the first place.
So what do we have without Nikki?
Nothing. Our entire defense just got flushed down the toilet.
Maybe there's a paper trail. Some kind of CI registration form.
How is there no, like, CCTV
something.
cameras?
We get that, we can recall him as a hostile witness.
I looked. There's nothing. Powell did everything cash. Kept it all off the books.
This is in modern times, yes, so it's like,
Nothing I found.
you'd imagine there'd be, like, security cameras everywhere.
Put him on the stand. He tells his side of the story, the truth. And he hoped the jury see him the way we do. It's our only move.
We're gonna need a lot more bourbon.
I could go for a bourbon right now.
What you're trying to do, it's not going to work.
Counseling?
Tell me.
I sent Buck to Luca to tell him to pay Victor 1.8 restitution for the hijacking.
She did. I work for the man.
Let's not fall into a place where I don't trust you.
Wow. Can you imagine if he turns on her?
I don't like watching everything fall apart.
I respect that. You wanted to keep the peace. Sometimes peace needs to be broken. Chaos must reign, just for a moment, to build a stronger order.
Is that what it is? Chaos?
This
For
sounds
stronger peace? Or is it
so
repentance
much
for what I did?
like what I'm seeing in the news right
I'm
now.
not punishing you for anything.
You're leaving me out in the cold.
Sometimes chaos. Yeah.
Thank you for your patience. Now, where were we?
I almost didn't recognize her with her hair pulled back like that.
How often would you say you're at the 168th Street subway station?
A few times a week. It's close to the apartment.
Were you there on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Would you mind walking us through what happened that night?
Yeah, I bought some flowers at La Bodega, and I was heading down to the station.
Where were you going, Mr. Ayala?
To his wife with the flowers. To apologize for being a vigilante.
My wife and I, we live with my sister and my niece. Soledad and I, we've always dreamt of having our own place. And I had finally saved up the money. I put a deposit down on a studio in the South Bronx.
She didn't know.
Much, but it's ours. I was going there to put the flowers there for the next day.
Because you wanted to surprise your wife.
Yes.
Okay, so you're heading into the station. What happens next?
I heard yelling. It sounded like someone was in trouble, so I ran down to see what was going on.
What did you see?
A man getting beat up.
Did you know the man?
No, and I never saw him again until yesterday in court. And now I know his name is Nicky Torres.
What about the men who were doing the beating? Did you know them?
No.
Did you know they were police officers?
No. I yelled at them to stop, and they didn't. So I ran down to help.
They didn't identify themselves until it was too late.
Beating on me, and I tried to fight them off, and then all of a sudden one of them slipped and fell into the tracks. I was just trying to help. I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Could have just walked away, ignored the problem. You decided to risk your own safety to help a stranger. Wasn't the first time, was it?
Uh-oh. He's gonna out him?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just saying that you put yourself in harm's way before. Many times. The question is, why?
Because he was in trouble.
You intervened that night because you're a hero.
Matt, don't do this.
Oh,
yes
saying
or no?
this.
Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection!
Why would you do this? Cherry looks
In my chamber.
fine about it. He's like, well, what's the strategy here, Matt? Because I don't understand it. We all know it's better
Slippery piece of shit, you know that?
to keep the mask on.
You misled me. You made representations to me. You conned me into suppressing this information. You lectured me about what's right and wrong. And then you had the nerve to stand up and make a mockery of my
It wasn't
courtroom.
my intention, Your Honor. They somehow got to my star witness. My hand was forced.
What happened to all that lofty rhetoric about unfairly biasing the jury?
Hector's alter ego is critical to this case. What he's done as the White Tiger speaks to the strength of his character. It's well within my...
Is there a division of hypocrisy of Murdoch and his
All right, stop it. Stop it.
I can't believe I'm going to say I agree with them.
Pointless. I can declare a mistrial, but it's out already, so I'd say that ship has sailed. Put me in quite a bind, Mr. Murdoch.
I didn't mean to disrespect the court, Your Honor.
Let me be clear. You blew open this door, Mr. Murdoch, which means...
Yeah, it's open season on my client. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I sit atop a pyramid of over 500 ADAs. You're not going to be able to stumble into traffic court without one of them up your ass. I hope it was worth it.
Okay.
I don't think that Mr. Ayala is gonna get a fair trial. You know why? He's Puerto Rican. He's gonna single him out. To have enough evidence, he should go to prison. But give him a fair trial, which I don't think he's gonna get it.
I don't know, man. I thought it was a bad idea, but
You should have asked me first.
yeah, I agree with that too.
I know. It wasn't your secret to tell.
Just trying to keep you out of prison.
It's a dick move, man. What if someone outs you? There's no Doctor Strange around right now for you guys to
Your White Tiger days are over.
be wiped away.
I mean, you know that, right? You can't ever put that suit back on.
I don't think you understand. Being the White Tiger is more than just putting on a suit. It's who I am.
Yeah, you got something to learn from this man. I thought this dude was going to be a villain, but turns out
He chose me.
he is actually more of a hero than Daredevil is at the moment.
There are other ways to help, other ways to contribute, ways that don't require a mask. You have to think about your family now. They need you, and for what it's worth, I think you might be surprised at how much you don't miss being him.
We had just dropped our son off at a game. We were driving home, and this SUV, it runs a stop sign, and it just plows right into us. The engine caught on fire.
So I see what his strategy
Door, but
is.
the stuff, I thought for sure we were dead.
Show everyone what a hero he actually is, and maybe they'll acquit him or give him leniency, but it's still a dick move to out him like that.
A few weeks ago, I was leaving work. It was late, and I have to go to this alley to get home. This guy, he tries to grab me. I screamed, but then I saw he had a knife. I was so scared. If White Tiger hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened.
And now, let's hear from a more objective party. This is a police report filed by Officer Lucas Barlow. On the night of October 2nd at 2:38 a.m., I responded to an attempted burglary call. When I arrived, the suspect was hiding in an alley, and before I could draw my weapon, he attacked me without provocation.
And White Tiger
We
saved
fought.
me.
And then White Tiger, he intervened, pulled the suspect off me, then
Saved
helped
the
me
cop.
subdue and arrest the suspect.
This is a good man.
More police reports.
I understand the strategy
Reyes.
again, but still,
Officer Wong.
it's so dangerous.
Officer Morales, Officer Grant, all of these tell a different version of the same story. And it isn't the story of a man who has a vendetta against the police. In fact, I think many of the people in this room would consider White Tiger to be an ally. Mr. Ayala, let's talk about Mr. and Mrs. Burgos. Why would you risk your life by running toward a burning car to save strangers?
It's the right thing to do.
What about Gianna Moreno? You again put yourself in harm's way. Why?
It's the right thing to do.
And when you saw Officer Barlow was in trouble, you ran in. When
This is a good man.
Why?
It's the right thing to do.
Police said Hector attacked them, but he came out of nowhere. That's what they said. But why would Hector, the White Tiger, why would he do this without the amulet? It gives him extraordinary strength and power. Would any of you walk into battle with one arm tied behind your back? I wouldn't.
Doesn't make sense.
Every night, Hector Ayala
If
goes
it doesn't fit, you must
risks his
quit.
life to keep his neighborhood safe, to protect his community. So ask yourselves, does this sound like the type of man who would murder a police officer in cold blood? He is a man of integrity. The community says so. The police say so.
Bravo,
The mask
Matt.
doesn't make the man. And whether Hector Ayala...
But now he's got a target on his back.
He's a hero. Thank you.
You know, every morning I get up, I kiss my wife, I call my kids, I go to work to serve the people.
This is a
of great
prosecutor's
city.
closing
I go to
arguments.
church every Sunday. I
Yeah.
sit in my usual pew. I give money to my parish. Then I drive out to Queens to see my mother. Does that make me a good person? That was a trick question. See, frankly, it's a false premise. Good people can do bad things. Bad people can do good things. Humans, all of us, we're messy, complicated, capable of good, capable of evil.
They're both
Yes,
good lawyers. He's
Hector
the Hawk, though.
might have done some good things. Does that make him incapable of doing a bad thing? Of course not. Do you know what happens to a person when they get hit by a train? When you have 200,000 pounds of steel slammed into you,
We saw what happens, and it was
all of
gross.
your organs are eviscerated. Your body twists up like a circus balloon full of blood. But here's the kicker. You're still alive. You don't actually die until they back the train up, and then your body, it just bursts.
Ugh.
And that is exactly what happened to Officer Shanahan when Hector Ayala pushed him in front of that train. But we're supposed to be okay with that, right? Because he's done some nice things for people. Because it was the right thing to do. Look around you. These men and women you see sitting here, they're officers of the law.
These are the real heroes. That's what.
Even in the face of danger. And every single day, these brave men and women show up to serve the people of this city, to serve you, to serve me. And they do all that without a mask. If Hector's sole intent was to do good for his community, why is he hiding? Because the last time I checked, real heroes don't need to hide.
How you feeling about that, Matt? This has all got to be like a mind fuck for him, too. Everything he's always thought about right out in the open there. Except he's not out in the open, so. This show is so good. Is that your new fidget spinner thingy? Just play with the devil's horn? Playing with the devil's horn. Are we going to get to see the verdict in this episode? I hope so. I would love... I'm just going to foreshadow here. Could be wrong. I think by the time this is over, we're going to see Daredevil and the White Tiger team up.
We have, Your Honor.
But against who, I do not know.
In the matter of the people versus Hector Ayala, on the count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Yeah! Yes!
On the count of murder in the second degree.
Oh, he's going to get this.
The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Oh! He got out of that one too.
Count of manslaughter in the first degree.
Oh, this is a tough one.
The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Yes! Yes! Holy cow. Well, he's free, but he's got a target on his back.
Mr. Ayala, you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
How do you respond to Mayor Fisk calling you and all vigilantes cop killers?
We're grateful that justice was served, everyone. There's no further comment at this stage.
You know, I said I see him and Daredevil teaming up, but at the same time, the fact that I keep saying, like, target on his back, they may kill him before that happens.
All due respect, sir, we have people at the Times.
Tell her I want to see her again.
Absolutely.
Another comparison to real life. We have people at the
I love a
Times.
man who cooks.
Kingpin's thinking about the now and
Tell me about it.
what the younger generation are looking
so is
at.
this the Matt Murdock victory lap? You win the Ayala case?
So the New York Times, CNN, Fox News cannot compare with the actual like YouTube personalities that are covering this stuff.
So broke, we pulled about everything.
That's the future, and he sees it.
Office bottle of Melvin's.
Ooh.
Only broke it open when we won. Needless to say, the first bottle lasted a very long time. Just a nice little reminder that once in a while.
She reminds me of Elaine from Seinfeld, or if in the MCU,
Doggy Nelson, right?
I can't remember what her character's name is, but she's going to be in the Thunderbolts. But she reminds me of a young version of her.
It's not easy. He certainly knew how to enjoy the good moments when they came.
Well then, here's to a man who cooks, a well-won case, and Foggy Nelson.
Foggy.
May God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
Aw.
The Ayala verdict is an absolute miscarriage of justice.
Well, sir, a court and a jury found him not guilty.
Courts fail, juries get it wrong. I should know.
Of course. It's wrong when you're thrown in jail. Huh?
Is allowed to roam the streets, and a veteran of the NYPD lies dead.
And of course, he's suiting up. But now everyone knows who he is. They could just show up to...
Worst threat to any society that's based on the rules.
So he has like super strength?
A man who wears a mask to cover his face.
Yeah. What's the point of the mask now other than...
As a coward. These vigilantes, they are not heroes. I ran on a promise.
Now I'm starting to think my second theory is actually the truth, and
Demands that I keep it.
this is not going to be good. Yeah, there it is. Holy. Man, they are
Law must prevail.
totally delivering on the violence. Who is this? No! It's not Frank. It's a poser. It's gotta be. What? What just happened? Yo. And then now they're playing the frog's whistle. Oh. I gotta take a time out here. We'll be right back. Holy cow, man. What? That's disturbing. Alright. So, yeah, my first prediction, I was like, oh, they're going to team up. And then the more I started to think about it, it's like, what was the whole point of all the revealing of who he actually was? And then I'm thinking to myself, what did I say in the very first episode when Matt took the mask off and he dropped it? And I'm like, you know, what do we learn from Spider-Man? That mask keeps your friends and family and you safe. Because once people know who you are, they know how to find you. And if they can find you, then like that. But watching the symbol on the chest of the person who did it, I refuse to believe that it's Frank Castle. Because White Tiger is basically the same type of dude that he was. He's somebody who wants justice. He wants what's right. I mean, they go about it in some pretty, in Frank's case especially, some pretty horrific ways. But he's not a cold-blooded killer. Not like that. Not for somebody who's trying to be out there doing the right thing. I don't believe that. I think there's a group of people who admire the Punisher and they're doing these horrible things. So maybe they're going to turn out to be the main nemesis other than Kingpin. He's a different kind of villain at this point. You don't have to worry about... I mean, he's not even dealing with his henchmen. Vanessa is. So it's like, we don't have to worry about him on the criminal end yet. But come on. Can a leopard change its spots? Can a tiger change its stripes? Can Kingpin change his horrible ways? I don't think so. And I think it's only a matter of time before he goes back to being Kingpin in a way that we understand and know him. Although he is potentially a lot more dangerous this way than he was that way. So, anyway, I mean, geez, this show, I've managed to avoid pretty much all spoilers. However, I've been kind of like hearing that people were, this show's boring. But that didn't really shock me, because it's like, well, did you watch the Netflix version? Because it was a very slow burn. And if I'm being honest, I think that this version is even more action-packed than the old version, but it still has that courtroom intrigue. Yeah, I'm totally digging it. I'm fully in. I can't wait for the next one. We're only 3 episodes in. I heard there's 9, so we got 6 more to go, and I'm looking forward to each and every one of them. Before we leave, I would like to remind you guys, to be eligible for our giveaways on the channel, you got to be a subscriber and you got to leave comments. So please do both if you haven't already. Subscribing costs you nothing. It's a simple click, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're going to be going on Comic-Con The Cruise, use my link. Use the code, because if you do, you get $200 onboard credit. I mean, that's $200, man. That's a whole meal. Well, on a cruise, it's probably several meals. Who knows? Maybe it is one meal. I don't know what the prices are going to be on that cruise line. But yeah, I'm Talent, the Eccentric Collector, reminding you, keep watching intriguing shit. And until next time, Excelsior!